So this is a clock that was made about 1660s or 70s. It's Renaissance. It is quite unusual, in fact, extremely rare to have both the time and the grand sonnerie or strike on the quarters. In addition to that, having an alarm as well. And the alarm is actually a 5-gear train, so it was meant to either ring a lot or ring many times and reset without rewinding. So you can see the 3 bells here, and these have all been taken apart and cleaned. This entire movement has been taken apart. What you can see here, this is an extra large balance. This was converted probably in the late 1600s to a hairspring style watch versus a free sprung balance, which didn't keep time very well. And so that's why the balance is so much larger here, is what's required to do that. The regulation is here. This complete section here was missing, so I made all of that. And this is part of the alarm setting mechanism. This wheel can be set into different spaces, which will determine how long the alarm rings, because it has a mainspring about this big, and if you didn't have something to stop it, it would keep ringing for another 5 minutes or so.
So you went crazy.
Yeah, you went crazy. Yeah. I had the key here a minute ago. Well, anyway.
No worries.
To make a long story short, this was a substantial restoration. It took almost 17 or 18 hours. That's what I call a conservation restoration. And in that respect, this section that I made looks a little bit newer, and that's to indicate that it is not the original part, but it's, to the best of my ability and knowledge, that's what it was. And absolutely beautiful work everywhere. It's a very elegant latch work, and these are glass windows. So every aspect of this is visible through the side of the clock. These were extremely expensive at the time, by the way. This is a clock of royalty.
So this would be the 0.01% of the population at the time that would be able to afford anything like this.
And this was actually, it started out as a single hand clock. With the addition of the balance, it kept time well enough, so they added this minute hand. And so that's why these minute strikes are sort of hidden under the side of the ring here, is because originally it did not tell time in the minutes. It only told time with the hour hand. And that's the way Renaissance clocks were. Since there was no hairspring, the timekeeping was too poor to have a minute hand. So the invention of the hairsprings, then with that invention, a lot of these clocks were brought up to a new standard where they kept better time, which I saw on the inside. Now we have the strike indicators here. So this is 60 minutes or 12 o'clock, and it will strike whatever hour is. And then for the full grand sonnerie music, sort of, you want to call it note structure or music. And so then here we have 15 minutes here, and the grand sonnerie will just strike one portion of its 4 strikes, 2 portions of its 4 strikes, 3 portions, and 4 portions.
Cool.
And it keeps pretty good time. This was brought to time. When I do these, if at all possible, I brought to time. So this will keep time within, somewhere around 3 or 4 minutes, give or take, either way, in one day.
Cool.
And so that's part of the restoration. Otherwise, they don't do well.
Great. Well, thanks, Dave.